Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Chainlink. So here for Chainlink, the question also is, are we already working on a potential breakout to the upside, or are we still pretty much in a downward scenario? And here for Chainlink, I have to say there is definitely a potential that we are working here on a breakout to the upside, but there are certain key levels that need to be overcome that I'll talk about in this video. First of all, let's take a look at the longer term elite wave count. And we can see here that Chainlink created or produced a wave 1 back in May 21, and since then has been in a correction in a wave 2. Yeah, it also perfectly adhered here to these two key Fibonacci retracement levels, the 88.7 and the 78.6% Fib levels that I already talked about back in December. Yeah, so at one of these, I did expect the reversal, and yeah, this scenario is still ongoing. We have not broken the 88.7% Fib level at $6. So this yellow area here is the one that I expected the price to get into and to reverse between $6 and $11.34. And yeah, that so far has come into fruition, and this is not unusual that in a wave 2, these cryptocurrencies or these assets in general, young assets, could be a stock as well, you know, anything that is very, yeah, just a young asset that is highly volatile, they usually see these Fibonacci levels in a wave 2, which is the first major correction after a strong uptrend, okay? Which will be followed by another even higher uptrend in most cases, which would be a wave 3. So maybe let's start with what would actually be that projection target for a wave 3. Let's say we've seen the low here already. Yeah, let's say the so-called bear market is over, which definitely could be the case because we have reached these levels. Then we take a look at those Fibonacci projection targets, and a key level for a wave 3 is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and that would be the $91 level. That is the minimum target for a wave 3. Yeah, if we don't reach it, it is probably not a wave 3, but after a wave 2, you would believe that a wave 3 will follow. It doesn't need to follow straight away. We could get another 1-2 or something, or you know, it could extend further out, but what you would expect normally after this wave 2 would be a wave 3. That means new all-time highs and prices above $91. And I also have to say that as an altcoin, you would normally get higher than the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And in my opinion, this is not at all unrealistic. We can see currently that everybody's believing in lower prices now. Pretty much shows me that we are not far away from turning around. The same way as here in December when I talked about these price levels down there, everybody was like, you are crazy. Everybody's now like, or a lot of people at least, are like, you're crazy to expect higher prices because, you know, the bull run isn't possible now due to the environment. So and by all means, I'm not saying it is guaranteed to play out yet. There is still significant downside potential there. It is just too early to say. We're just potentially turning around. It is still so early because we've really only, from the lowest price level here, we've really only moved up, yeah, not even 40%. So that is not, well, yeah, slightly above 40%. That is not really anything from which you could already confirm a breakout or anything. But there are certain prices that will be significant, certain price levels. And if you look at the lower level wave count here as well, within this potential turnaround area that I just mentioned, between the 88.7 and the 78.6% Fib level, you can see that we came down in a wave 3 here on the 12th of May. It was important in a wave 5 to at least reach the same level again, which we did here on the 13th of June. That was my price target here. First of all, we reached the price target here for the wave 4. Then we reached the price target for the wave 5. We only touched it. So, you know, unfortunately only touched it, didn't really make a significant lower low, but it's fine. It's pretty much a triple bottom, you would call that, as per like more traditional TA. And that is a potential reversal pattern. Absolutely. We then had here an ascending broadening wedge, which broke out to the downside, as you would expect it from such a bearish pattern. And however, we didn't make a lower low. That means this could have been a wave 1 in a leading diagonal. So something like, this would be the breakout pattern, yeah? So something like here, a wave 1, yeah, just delete that, a wave 1 here. This here could have been a 3-wave structure, A, B, C. wave 2, and that means we would now be in a wave 3. But this would have probably been the wave 1 of the wave 3, this the wave 2 of the wave 3, and we should now be in the wave 3 of the wave 3. And if this is the case, it should really pump now. If it doesn't pump, it's probably not the breakout pattern yet. There are various possibilities then, you know, but at the moment we could assume we are in the wave 3 of the wave 3. And to confirm that, or at least to get a good indication of it, we would need to break out first above this key resistance level here that you can see actually on the chart now, $7.50. So if I add that to the chart, you can see that here, resistance, 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 resistance. So it's a bit of a zone, but here the last 2 times we definitely had resistance exactly at this level, $7.50. So here, yeah. Here was a bit of a zone, but also the price reacted to that level, and earlier as well. I mean, this basically did go all the way up to $8, but nevertheless, it also reacted sort of to this level here at $7.50. It didn't go significantly higher. In addition to that, you now have coming down here in yellow the 50-day moving average. That is a resistance level that is normally of quite a bit of significance. So bear that in mind. That will also provide resistance and is quite close to that $7.50 level. We can also take a look at where the 20-day moving average is. I find that quite significant usually as well, and that is actually providing resistance at the moment just now. Yeah, we're just slightly below that level. So bear that in mind. We are just below key resistance, and a move beyond 750 would, in my opinion, confirm an uptrend, or would at least be a good indication, a first good indication that we are in this wave 3 of the wave 3. And as per the Elliott wave projection targets, where would that wave 3 have to go? Let's take a look here. You would expect that wave 3 to reach at least $9. So we would come close to the high of this wave 4. We wouldn't break it yet though. Therefore, in that wave 3, in my opinion, we would still not really confirm a breakout, because what would need to happen, first indication would be that 750 level. Next, very strong indication for me would be that we have to break that $9.70 level. These are 2 key levels, yeah, which means as well, if we break 750, it is actually quite likely that we are going to get to $9.70. Let's actually take a look at what the VPVR says as well. Historical volume shows here on this overview actually, yeah, quite a lot of resistance support here in this area. But yeah, there isn't really a spike here. Small spikes here around that $9.50 area. Here there's a little bit of resistance, but nothing of too much significance in my opinion. So really most support or resistance is down here. If we can go to the daily, this obviously changes depending on which how much historical data you take into account. But yeah, you can see that the biggest historical volume spike is actually where we are now. No, that's fine. Okay, so that doesn't really produce any additional major areas of resistance for us. So we had that and that. These are the 2 key levels that we need to get above. And then obviously the next major Fibonacci level is then here at $11.35. That is what we need to go beyond then as well. That is the next resistance level, and then $13.41. This is the wave W low from July 21, a key area of resistance because it was major support before. Yeah, and then really, in my opinion, where we can say, okay, probably downside is gone for now, is here this wave B high, and that is at $18.40. So you have to wait quite a bit until we really see downside potential going away. But that doesn't mean, you know, we couldn't trade this. So it is only about how likely it is still that we get down. These are just key structural levels that we need to break on our way up, and we can move from resistance to resistance, flip it for support, and that is how we move on. For now, it is obviously that level that I gave you that is really, really of significance. In terms of support, what do we have? Well, obviously, we have here this key level down here at $6. That is the 88.7% Fib level. This level was basically respected by Chainlink quite a few times here, here, and here. Yeah, we saw a bit of a move below it, but then bounced back quite quickly. And this is obviously a key level of support as well. So that should really clarify where we are with Chainlink. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.